I'm talking about the present. The current seems to be the first one where people are actually a bit shaken up. I see that in conversations. We see that in our show that we do, a caller show for 1 hour, our call Ask Profit, wherein people are now questioning that should we even stop the SIP? I mean, this had never come before. How do you see this?
I'm sure you have tapes of your shows.
Yes.
Just check May 2022.
Okay.
Same thing had happened. Just 3 years ago, actually. So I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary. Markets do not go up in a straight line. They're bound to produce some volatility from time to time. The genesis of this particular one, I think, was the slowdown in growth that happened largely because the government started consolidating its fiscal deficit. And the central bank continued to pursue, I would say, quote-unquote, hawkish policies. And that, I think, set the stage for a slowdown which has, I think, lasted for 2 quarters. In my view, we are already out of that slowdown. The budget was a phenomenal one. I have titled it a magic budget. It continues to consolidate the fisc, but at a much slower pace, only 40 basis points versus 120 in the trailing 12 months. It has increased capex share of GDP by another 20 basis points to another record high. And, of course, it has cut tax rates as well. So it has got an incredible combination for the economy. And at the same time, most importantly, the RBI pivoted. And the market has just ignored what I think is one of the biggest pivots in modern central banking history of India, where it has gone all out to convert liquidity into positive territory, cut interest rates, and taken the foot off the regulatory pedal. If credit growth doesn't accelerate from 11 back to 17, I'll be very surprised. So I mean, this is like, I am just amazed that people don't see this as an opportunity. In hindsight, they would realize it. It's impossible to catch the bottom. I don't know where the bottom is, but we didn't know during COVID as well. You have to buy stocks. They will go down maybe another 5-7% and you buy more. And I think you come out quite good. Now, are there some things to worry about? Of course, there are lots of things to worry about. But I'm not really worried about President Trump anymore. I think he's put his cards on the table and they look very benign. So this is nothing close to what we thought could be the worst case scenario. I think India has done a superb deal with America last week, which should result in much greater trade cooperation and military cooperation. 2 wars are ending. A third one is being taken off the table. The tariffs which were coming on China don't seem to be coming. So if anything, I think business sentiment in America seems very solid and improving. And it will soon turn in India as well. So my worry was that global growth slows down because of policy actions, and that worry is ebbing at the margin. So that was the biggest concern. And we will get lower oil prices, no wars, potentially lower interest rates in India, a slower pace of fiscal consolidation, a slew of tax cuts, a lot of tax reforms, and higher capital spending from the government.
Can't ask for more, are you saying?
Yeah, you know, I may sound like a broken record, but I am very bullish at these
this
prices.
is great to know. And